Hi there, Chris from TotallyEV, and here I'm doing a dedicated audio review of the Bentley Flying Spur. If you want a detailed review of the vehicle itself, make sure you check it up on your pop-up banner or following the links down in the description below or the pinned comments. Now to kick off, I have to talk about its audio configuration. And as standard, you have got the Bentley audio system that has a 10-speaker setup with 650 watts of power output. If, however, you go for the Bang & Olufsen system, you'll find 16 speakers that output 1,500 watts of power instead. Now on review is the top spec Naim audio system, which will set you back a whopping £7,200, and this gives you 2,200 watts of power output and 19 speakers with 2 kinesthetic shakers. Now I would like to point out that at the time of filming I've got no additional information via the manufacturer. If, however, I do, I'll pop it on an annotation on this video, or of course add it in my written review. So make sure you check for that in case you're interested in knowing the exact configuration of the drivers and the positioning. Now for you to tinker around with the audio system, you'll want to navigate on the 12.3-inch display. And here there's an active bass, subwoofer, bass and treble EQ, all of which I've left in terms of their default profile, because I felt that this actually gave me the best sort of reproduction. Furthermore, in terms of the focus, I actually chose the enhanced profile because this gave a little bit of extra fulfillment within the cabin without damaging the overall accuracy. I'll touch upon this further down in the review, namely in the Soundstage department. So next up we get onto connectivity, and here you've got Bluetooth with the SBC and AAC codec supported only. If you have got an iPhone, you'll be pleased to know that Apple CarPlay is also supported over a wireless connection, although wireless is not currently supported. Now, Android Auto has been omitted altogether, which I do find completely baffling. Maybe Bentley have identified that their target market do not use Android smartphones, but nonetheless, it still should have been supported as standard because it's very much present on much cheaper alternatives. Alas, in this respect, as an Android user myself, I have to resort to using Bluetooth if I've got my files on my smartphone, or I can store them on an SD card and place them in the glove box, or I can place them on a USB and then use the internal 6GB SSD, which allows local playback. So quite useful for budding audiophiles. Moving swiftly on, let's talk about cabin noise, and here is where the Bentley really does excel. Now the objective measurements will be on your screen, but it won't actually give you the full picture. Subjectively, I'll say that both at lower and higher speeds, the vehicle does give you a serene in-cabin experience. There's very little rolling noise that can be heard, and there's only a small amount of wind noise that can be heard deflecting off the top part of the sunroof. And this is actually an option that's been fitted on this press vehicle, so you might not find it on the ones that don't have a sunroof. You've also got acoustically treated windscreen and side windows as well, which further dampen the experience and therefore give you a really quiet environment. I'd say it's actually class leading in this apartment and one of the quietest cabins that I've ever come across. Now with all that said and done, let's get on to an audio demo. I'll be placing the camera and microphone in 4 separate locations and playing back a track. It's from Priya J and it's titled Like Me. So I appreciate an audio demo over YouTube is not quite ideal, but I thought to provide it as it gives you a little bit of a taster. Now from my own subjective analysis, having reviewed over 100 different vehicles and audio systems, I will say that the sub-bass experience is absolutely phenomenal. You've got a good low-end extension and it's arguably class-leading. This is due to the fact you've got a dedicated subwoofer in the boot. Therefore that 2,200 watts of power is certainly felt, be it at the front and rear of the cabin. Now the same could be said about its overall mid-bass experience, both in terms of quantity and quality. In this respect, I didn't have to add any additional notches in terms of the bass EQ via the infotainment system because I think it did a phenomenal job. Again, the audio drivers that are positioned at the front and rear, and these are comprised within each of the doors, do a tremendous job of giving you a good sort of engagement. Be it if you're listening to bass-orientated tracks from R&B, D&B and EDM genres, or of course even classical and jazz music, where it's a little bit more subdued. Now, the same sort of praise couldn't be quite said about its overall mid-range, which in my opinion is a little bit recessed, specifically in terms of the lower mids. Now don't get me wrong, it's much better than some alternatives out there, specifically cheaper ones, but given the overall pedigree of Naim Audio and also Bentley, I was expecting a little bit better. In other words, a little bit more emphasis on those lower mids. Now, nonetheless, over here, male and female vocals will come out relatively to the foreground, but it's disappointing over here that you've got no real means of boosting it. Sure enough, you've got a treble EQ, but by adjusting the treble EQ, you're also altering the highs. And as such means that it will actually add a little bit of sibilance and harshness, which does take away from the overall listening experience. On that note over here, the highs were done to perfection, at least to my ears, that roll off at roughly 16 to 17 kilohertz. At least at the front and the rear of the cabin, you've got dedicated tweeters, and as such means that with the treble set at 0 and also the focus on enhanced, it meant that the highs actually do excel. If you go for the Naim All option, I actually found that adding 3 notches to the treble does bring in the highs a little bit better and therefore gives you a little bit extra fulfillment. But of course, feel free to play around with it depending on your own hearing range. Now, as for the overall soundstage, it's a little bit of a hard one to call. Now, yes, indeed, I went for the enhanced focus mode because I felt that this produces the best sort of reference sound while also giving me extra fulfillment. If, however, I went for the Naim All, I felt that the overall width and depth was improved. But on the flip side, the overall accuracy was taken away, and therefore I had a little bit of an odd reverb. Of course, you might be a bit of a purist and you might want to go for the classic focus mode instead, but this will give you a bit more of a unidirectional sound. So as such, I would actually recommend going on the enhanced mode. And in this respect, the overall soundstage reproduction is actually pretty good, both in terms of the overall width and depth and instrument separation. It'll keep you engaged and also very excited with the favorite tracks that you're listening to. Now, ultimately, what I'm trying to say over here is that the Flying Spur does do a pretty good job across the sound frequency range. And with a Naim Audio upgrade, which does come in at a very expensive £7,200, you're getting a very hearty upgrade. And certainly something I would consider if I was getting the Flying Spur and splashing out over £200,000 on it. As such, it gets our Audio Excellence Award. Now, of course, the audio system isn't exactly faultless due to the things that I've highlighted throughout this review. Now, I'd be curious to know what you make of the audio system down in the comment section below, and if you were speccing the Flying Spur, would you add £7,200 on the Naim audio system alone? Now, if you have enjoyed this detailed independent review, definitely do consider dropping a like, subscribing and hitting that bell notification, all of which would be greatly appreciated. As such, I've been Chris from TotallyEV, and I'll hopefully see you in the next one. Take care of yourselves, and goodbye.